Hi there, my name is Max and I'm a tutor here at Britsent, and today I'll be giving you a breakdown of a really important writing lesson for your academic English. So often when I teach some of my students, they have very bright ideas, but they struggle with connecting words and with starting new phrases in a proper academic format. And often they end up using words like because or so, and whilst these words aren't technically unacademic when used in the right context, for starting a phrase, they don't sound right, they're not grammatically correct, and they will drop down the tone of your academic writing. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 examples of other phrases that you can use. But just before, I want to explain why starting a sentence with because is grammatically incorrect. So because is a word that we use to join 2 clauses together. So you need it in the middle of the sentence to connect 2 parts. So I'll give you an example. We decided to go to the pool because it was hot. So the because connects the fact that we decided to go to the pool with the fact that it's hot. If you put this in 2 sentences and said, we decided to go to the pool, full stop, because it was hot, that would then become grammatically incorrect because it's no longer 2 clauses of a sentence and you've started with because. So what I'll do now is I'll give you 3 examples that you can use, and these will improve the tone and the general kind of feel of your academic writing, and it will give you an alternative to starting sentences with because. So with that in mind, let's get started. Okay, so for each of these 3 phrases, the first thing I'll do is give you an example of a sentence a student has written which needs to be corrected and expanded upon. And then, yes, I'll give you an improved version using the new phrase. And just remember, with each improved phrase, listen out for new adverbs and adjectives and connecting phrases that crop up, as this is just an added bonus of different ways you can expand the academic structuring of each sentence. So example number 1, as a consequence of. So for our student example, we have this sentence. Because of the rise in 0-hour contracts, young workers face far less stable working conditions than the previous generation did. Now let's hear the improved version. As a consequence of the popularity of 0-hour contracts among employers, young workers are faced with significantly less stable working conditions when compared to those of the previous generation. So as you can hopefully recognize, the sentence retains a far more academic tone and flows more naturally than the previous example. Okay, example number 2, due to the fact that. So again, the student example. Because young people are aware of the problems of climate change and have to face unstable working conditions, the rates of mental health issues in this generation are really high. And the improved version. Due to the fact that young people are acutely aware of the problems posed by climate change, whilst also having to face unstable working conditions, the rates of mental health issues among this generation are exceedingly high. So, comparable with the previous example, you can hear how due to the fact that gives the entire phrase a more formal and academic tone. This is especially important as it is the opening phrase, so the point that follows will benefit from this well-structured opening. Okay, our third and final example, evidence suggests that. So the student example would be, because of rising CO2 levels, ocean temperatures are rising, and this means that the threat to marine life is increasing. Now let's hear the improved version. Evidence suggests that due to increasing CO2 levels, ocean temperatures are rising and causing a direct threat to much marine life. So it's important to remember that when using this phrase, evidence suggests that, you really need to then present what evidence you're talking about within the same paragraph. So in this instance, following the opening sentence by a phrase such as, according to a study documented in National Geographic, at least half of all marine life are at risk from oceanic temperature changes. You'll then need to reference this source at the end of your essay. Okay, so those are 3 phrases you can use to improve your academic writing. And just remember, it's okay to use because in an academic essay. It just has to be to join 2 clauses of a sentence rather than used as the opening of a sentence. So I hope this lesson has been useful for you, and please join for the next ones.